Hey, it's Meg, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a lot of journals in front of me, so I'm going to be doing a flip through of all my junk journals from earliest to most current, and I thought this might give you guys some ideas for things that you can do in your journals, maybe what to use or some page layouts. And yeah, I think we can just jump straight in because as you can see, there are a lot of journals here, so let's get started. So the first journal that I have was made out of just an old book, a very kind of traditional way of making a junk journal, and I just decorated the cover here with a little circle that says journal and a wax seal. And this one is really quite colourful for me, and I was just playing with lots of different things, so different size pages, making tags and pockets, doing swatches. I love doing little paint swatches and collecting those, collecting just like quotes and things. So really it's almost a little bit like a scrapbook. I'm just kind of collecting all sorts of different things, scans and quotes. This is just a page that I did a lot of stamps on for some reason. I think it looks cool. Another card that I had from a friend, a poem. So you can see I just sort of use my journal as a catch-all for everything really. And this isn't really a daily documenting journal. You'll see when we go on to my other journals, I did do some like documenting in those ones, but this one is just sort of random things really, basically trying to find my style and what I liked. So obviously the vintage style hadn't really come in just yet. There's still quite a lot of colour, and I don't necessarily always finish my pages. Sometimes there'll just be a bit of writing. Oh, this was the page when I met Daisy. So I did do some documenting in this journal. I love this page, just a really simple layout. This is just a giant wall sticker, but I decided it would look nice in my journal. And again, this is kind of half unfinished. So yeah, that was my first junk journal, and I really enjoyed using that. And then from that one, I made just a single insert one. So this one, again, isn't really like documenting or anything. It's just me playing around and kind of finding what I liked really, and constructing different pages, playing around with different layouts. I was really just collecting imagery that I liked and quotes in this one. There wasn't really any deeper meaning behind anything other than just collecting things that I like, which I really like to do. And again, you can see just some paint swatches and different, I love this style of having different size pages made out of different things. I love that. And then just like envelopes with different things in them. I think this is duct tape that I liked. So you can see it's a real random collection of different things. Love this. This is like a really nice fabric that I put in. Just really simple and just sort of experimenting with different things. I then went on to a smaller junk journal. So this is just an A6 one, and the cover is actually made out of something from Hamer, but it had this really beautiful gold detailing on it, and I just really liked that. So yeah, again, I just decorated with a little wax seal and just titled it junk journal. And this one hasn't really got a lot of finished pages in it. I was just sort of experimenting with different things. So here you can see I've got a cutout floral and then some tracing paper for like a nice layering effect. Just playing with different layouts. Again here with the layers. So this is like another thing here. And then I've obviously cut something out, which I really like. So yeah, I haven't finished this, but here I obviously I think I was gonna take notes on something and then I didn't continue. And I love having these like half pages, so if you want some interest, you can cut off some of your page to see things peeking through. This is a little pocket that I have made that obviously didn't go anywhere, but I like the colours of this. So if you're feeling uninspired at the moment in your current junk journal, flipping back through your old journals is a nice idea for getting ideas and inspiration. This is a more finished page. I absolutely love this colour palette. and the imagery. There's no writing on here or anything. I was using this to just collect imagery and different things that I liked. I love cutting out florals to use on my page. This here is another more finished spread. So you can see I was just sort of playing around with different layouts, figuring out what I liked. So that's that one. Then the next one I did, again, I like writing journal on the front for some reason, in case I don't know what this is. And I made this just using an old atlas page, and I think it's got a couple of signatures in that I just glued in. And I really love this journal. So it's soft cover, which I think I prefer, and it's just absolutely full of all different things. So here I've got swatches of nail polish. The pages are all different sizes and shapes, which I really like doing, and I've got all sorts of different things I have collected, bits of happy mail, things that I've got in the post. I think I just really like the contrast of all the different shaped pages in this one, and working into corners with florals. I think it's not my journal unless I've got some sort of floral image in it. This is using just old, I don't think it's ledger paper, but someone's like written on it, so it's a bit brittle. And yeah, using muted tones. I really love this spread. Here I'm using old envelopes and then just decorating them with flowers, things like that. And again, I was really playing with the fuller pages and just collaging different things, making playlists of songs, which is quite interesting because some of these songs I don't listen to anymore, but I clearly listened to them at the time. These are just some unfinished pages, collecting samples of washi tape that I must have got. This must have been the 2019 goals page that I wanted to do and then clearly never did. Again, just collecting stamps. This was the first ever Junk Journal January prompt list, and I put it in my journal. We're coming up to the 6th round with a Junk Journal July next month, so that's really exciting. But it's cool to see this as like the first ever challenge, and I just did some stamps down the side of this page. You can just see here I've done like a title page just for January, again including bits of happy mail and quotes. So I think this was from another journal and I have just stuck it in. Again, things that I had received from friends, tea bags for some reason. I think the prompt must have been something to do with tea, hence why I was collecting loads of tea bags. So yeah, I was really just playing with different things and experimenting, seeing what I like, you know, not being afraid to experiment on a page and see what came of it. I then went into this journal. So this is from Grace and Salt Ink, who I'm a brand ambassador for, and I love the ink dories that she creates. So a few of my current journals at the moment, I keep my junk journals in here, but this one was in an A5 size junk journal, and this was unbound. So basically I think it was in a cover. So what I did was I put it in one of these with the elastic, and that allowed me to move the pages around. So you can see here it's not bound, it's just sort of in the elastic, and then I was able to move pages around and add things in. So this journal, I really love this journal. All the different size pages. That is the most obvious page ever, isn't it? Just journal page. But yeah, I was really playing with all sorts of different styles. So here I was drawing things that were on my desk, doing bits of writing and collage. I was planning my trip to the Netherlands back when we could travel. Making little pockets here. This must have been something that came in packaging. And again, just spots to do bits of writing in. This page doesn't really have anything apart from obviously the quote and some stamps, and sometimes that's what I like to do, is just decorate the page and not necessarily always do writing. But here I've used a paper bag that I must have got from a shop in the Netherlands that I don't know if we have this in the UK, but if we do, it's nowhere near where I live. That's normally the struggle. It's always something in London. So I'd never been to this shop, but I really loved the paper bag, so kept that in my journal. And then this is kind of more documenting, so this was my trip to the Netherlands and Amsterdam, where I met up with one of my friends from Instagram, and now we're really good friends, so that's lovely to see in my journal. This is my February page. Again, one of the pages that's just sort of a bit random, and this is kind of coming loose because there's so much chunk in here. These pages are kind of unfinished, but I really sometimes just like collecting beautiful pages, so I must have intended to do some writing on this, where I put some washi tape, but I didn't. Yeah, I just love collecting pretty things in my journal, basically. This is very colourful for me, but again, I was collecting paint swatches, playing with some sort of paint and doodles. Oh, this was a still from The Good Place. I must have been absolutely binge watching that at the time, and that's just Chudi saying "I love you too, egg," which I thought was really funny, so I just wanted to put it in my journal. More just blank pages. This was a sort of collage of random things that I had lying on my desk, and I just decided to make a collage of it. This was a card that I had got from someone. Again, just making pockets and little tuck spots and then not actually writing anything on them. Another page that I had sort of laid out and then haven't come and done the writing. I love these pages, so the different sizes and the doily that I had used on it. Again, making little pockets and smaller size pages, so we've jumped to May now. Love this little collaged element of my page. Then this was when we went to Germany. We went to Cologne and we went to Phantasialand as well. So I just sort of collected different things when we were traveling, and then when I got back I put them in my journal. So like the tea that we'd had, different train tickets and whatnot, some pictures. This was quite interesting. So I'd taken pictures of some of the buildings that we had seen, and then I printed them out on my sprocket and cut them out and sort of made a little landscape. So obviously these buildings are nowhere near each other, but I made a little landscape to represent all the things that we had seen, so I really liked that. This was a ticket that I had then used to write on, and then this was stuff from the theme park. I must have been feeling like a sloth that day. Another pocket that I had made. So this is an envelope, as you can see, and all I've done is folded it, not quite in half, and then stapled it, and then it's immediately then a little tuck spot for me, and I've just decorated it. So really love that. Another page where I've just done a bit of writing, collected a little floral image that must have taken me ages to fussy cut. It's coming loose, I need to glue that back down. Things that I come across end up in my journal, so like missing post things and letters from people, and then this is another section of my journal, so I made a little cover for it. And I think I was taking a course when I did this, so I was following along with different prompts. And then there's a lot of unfinished pages in this section, and I'm guilty of coming back and just pinching some of the papers that I haven't fully used, and then using them in another journal. So these are all blank, but then I've got some pages that I have done here, and these are blank as well. Oh, and then another spread here, just on one side of the page. Again, doing this layering with different things. More blanks. Another spread here, using one of the images that I found in, I think, a magazine or something. So I don't always finish my junk journals, but I just felt like I needed to move on from this by the time I got to the end, because it was so chunky. Really like this spread as well, using a drawing that I had done and a postcard. More blank pages. Let's see, these are all blank, yeah. And then this is the first junk journal July that I did. So I just did a little introduction page, and then some collages. I had some tags here, collecting different things. and doing the prompts. I loved this big doily that I had. I had no idea where I found it, because I would love to use another one of these, but I think the prompt was obviously vintage. And yeah, so I just did my junk journal July prompts in here, and I really like how some of these pages turned out. I love this little scrap of paper that became a little flap as a page. It was just an image that I'd obviously found in an old book, and then I think it sort of trails off here. I've got some more photos, and oh, I love this. I think there's a, yeah, so I put a little postcard in here that was just in an envelope, and I stapled some tea-dyed ribbon into it so that you could easily pull it out. And again, this is, oh, we're now in September, so yeah, there's obviously been a gap, so that's pretty much that journal. And then I went into this one. So this then is my 2020 journal. So I started this at the start of 2020 when everything was a little bit more normal. So I started doing the junk journal January prompts in here, and was really just enjoying a smaller size journal. I think after using such a large size, it was quite nice to have one that was a bit more portable, and I was doing different things with tags, and absolutely love this little page with a collage and some ribbon attached to the side of it. Yeah, I'm just doing collages of things I like, which kind of, you know, is a bit random, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy collecting things that I like, so that's what I'm gonna do in my journal. I'm using packaging here from some tea. This was, I scanned in some of my drawings from my sketchbook to use in my journal. This, I think the prompt must have been something to do with paint for this page, and just different things that I'd got. So this must have been an envelope from somewhere that I really liked. Just different collages and things like that. Taking photos. Again, not all of these pages are finished. And then at this point we were then in lockdown, so I was just creating lots of different collages, and basically art is keeping me sane is what I had written. So yeah, I was just doing random things because it was quite a strange time. So yeah, there was obviously nothing really to document in terms of like going anywhere, because we weren't going anywhere because we were in lockdown. So I was taking pictures of like the trees and things like that. I love using these little smaller pages. It's even taking pictures of my journal, because that was one of the main things I was doing. Oh, day 30. I was making such a big deal of being locked down for 30 days. Little did I know. But yeah, and I really loved this journal. It got really chunky. So I just decided to make a journal just dedicated to Junk Journal July, just to make it a bit easier on myself. And I don't actually think that I have flipped this on my channel. So this is what I did, and obviously each day I just was responding to the prompts from the challenge. So if you missed this and you'd love to go back and do the prompts, then you can head over to my Instagram, and if you scroll down you'll be able to find the prompts from last year. And this is basically the journal that I worked in. So I just decided for the month of July to just work in one insert and follow the prompts, because doing a daily journal is enough without having another journal on the go as well. So I just decided to focus my efforts on just this journal, and I really like how it came out. And then just a little tag here, so still adding pictures. I don't really add many photos to my journals now, but I used to love adding different photos. And I love the different size pages in these journals. I don't do that much now, but I really like the effect that it gives. Oh, there's a little fauna on my Animal Crossing island. I loved this mixed media spread that I did, so I think I used like paint, pencils, watercolour onto the old papers, and I really like how that turned out, and just experimenting with that. Again, these little pockets with just some tracing paper glued down, and here's another paint page. Not so keen on that one. I think I prefer the more muted colours. This is a little bit bright for me, but anyway, that's something that I tried. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for this journal. So like I said, if you want to follow along with those prompts, then they are on my Instagram. And then that brings us to current day. So at the moment I'm using two journals. I'm using this one, which is similar to this one that I made, but it's just got a soft cover rather than scrapbook paper. And then I'm also using the Accordion style journal, which you might have seen on my channel already. And I'm loving using this one. So this one, obviously I'm working in it at the moment, so it's not really finished at all. So this one I'm working on at the moment, so it's got like my own art in it and just different things. So you can see how I've kind of evolved. So I love the smaller size journals for sure, and I've carried through my like collaging of pages. There's less photos in this, it's more ephemera and collage, and I'm really trying to bring my own art in. So this I actually just cut out from my sketchbook, glued it in, and again just more pages of things from like in the post and things like that, and jumping around. So I haven't done these pages yet, but then this one I've laid down the base of it, so I'll probably come back and do that. Love this page of doing a little collage and leaving room for doing some journaling, documenting a current read. Love this page. This was done during a video call with my friend. More pages that just have collage but no writing on them. So yeah, this is kind of where I'm at today, the things that I do in my current journal. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing a tour of all my older journals, and hopefully this gives you some ideas for things that you can include within your own journals. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!